You guys were ready, and then I stopped it. But if you guys are still ready, we can. I'm gonna stop talking.
I'm still ready.
Bring out your bear puns.
No more bear puns.
Why not?
All right. So, last session, you guys left Whitestone, having completed your journey to the Salted Bluffs to deal with their undead pirate problem. Hello.
Oh, Genji, say hi.
Hi.
So you guys finished taking care of your undead pirate problem. It was just cool. She was like leaning in, like, "Hey, what's going on?" And you returned back to Whitestone to get your reward. You were rewarded with copious amounts of money. You spent some of it buying some new fancy magic items and getting some magic items that you found identified. You then, Father Fike, went and talked to the priest who runs the Sarenrae's temple.
Father Jacob.
Father Jacob, that's right. The priest who runs Sarenrae's temple in her little temple in Whitestone, and he, Father Fike, learned of the problems that the town was having in getting their fish shipments from Drinna, their freshwater fish shipments that they rely on. Whitestone is not in a place that is particularly conducive to farming and things like that, so they do rely on getting a lot of their food to get them through the winter from trade. But they do have copious amounts of trees around them and whitestone, which they mine and are able to trade to get vegetables and things grown in the ground from the terse fields, and usually freshwater fish from Drinna. However, the latest shipment is now, I believe at the time you left, it was the third month in a row that it had not arrived, and so you volunteered the group to go look into this. At the same time, Shango was trying to find an audience with Realm Seer Eskel Rindarian. Was not able to get said audience, but was able to get an audience with his major domo, as it were. And speaking of which, I have to remember to go back into watch the episodes to see if I can find his actual name, because I forgot it. Unless somebody feels like diving into the Critical Role wiki to try and find it for me right now.
I'm on it.
There goes Cortanas. I saw her head go down to the keyboard already. But anyway, there was a druid from the Rivermaw tribe that was making their way towards Whitestone to help him in his research of the ziggurat underneath Castle Whitestone, and was late and asked you to see if you could figure out why she was delayed. You left town after buying some horses, I believe. Right? No, you guys just walked. That's right. Yeah. You guys were just like, "Fuck it, let's walk." And you started walking out of town. Eventually, you found your way south down the road towards the Terse Fields, along the borders of the Parchwood, along the borders of the Parchwood Forest. Until you found what Shango was looking for. Unfortunately, not in the state you would have hoped to have found it, but the body of said druid. The father of said, or the father, the body of said druid appeared to have been mauled by some sort of massive bear. You followed the tracks a little bit further into the Parchwood, risking going a little bit deeper into the forest, and suddenly, upon tracking the footprints, you found that they had shifted from bear prints to a large humanoid, some form of a large humanoid's prints. And that is where we left off, with you guys deciding what to do. You had walked back closer to the road to set up camp for the night because it was getting very dark, and you guys are all sitting around the fire. We'll just use this again because it worked well last time. We're having got the camp set up, got rations handed out. You were all sitting around the fire to discuss what your next course of action would be.
I suggest we follow the tracks for at least a couple hours in the morning and see where they lead.
I still am against this. I just want to leave that on the record.
I'm all for.
You like to keep mysteries uncovered.
Yes. When it's £1,200, when it's a £1,200 mystery, yes.
What's the worst that could happen?
We could all die.
Katana's just give a shrug.
You gotta look at the glass.
That's a pretty
half empty.
strong argument. Looks like I feel that's a pretty strong argument.
I understand the glass half full and the glass half empty. You have not considered what the glass is filled with. If it's filled with shit, it's still a half full or half empty glass of shit.
But does the shit kill me?
Most likely.
If you are to ingest it, then yes, feces will be rather bad for your...
I think you're taking this too seriously, friend.
Wherefore aren't we talking about glasses filled with feces?
This got weird.
I need to...
Very much so, very much so.
Cortanas, remind me to explain with a, You know what? I can't do this tonight. Remind me to talk to you about the ways of the new world.
The birds and the bees?
Maybe we should take watch together tonight, Cortana, so I can explain some things.
So are we following these tracks?
Well,
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah. I do not say we have to fight this person per se. However, I am most curious as to the fate of Druid Ovak.
I doth believe we have found the fate, my lord, but perhaps the reason?
The reasoning of the fate.
All right. I'll be there. Can't say I'm going to be the most diligent help, but...
If you're not shown great skill in remaining undetected in previous encounters.
I have.
That certainly doth not need show thy face, father.
Then we shall do so again. You can teach us your ways.
Sure. Go ahead. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go sleep in my armor. I'm gonna guess that someone wants to take early watch so they could see in the dark, and then
I could take first.
I'm going to stick with Nox because everybody else seems to be against him right now.
Agreed.
Okay, so you and Nox share a tent tonight.
Yep.
Nox is quiet and just seems to want to go along with whatever the group wants to do. Kind of just happy that the attention isn't on him at the moment.
Just like a demon would.
You totally gotta tell us if you're a demon. It's like a law.
Yeah. You know, if I ask you if you're a demon, you know you have to tell me, right?
Demons is what?
So who's taking first watch? It's looking like Shango and Sao, based on the tokens that are out by the fireplace, by the campfire.
Sure. Doesn't really matter to me.
I'll take early morning shift then.
That sounds fine.
Jekt Wince it was.
Sounds very
Jekt.
Star Wars.
Does it sound
Or Final
very Star
Fantasy
Wars?
X.
Fancy.
Huh?
At least the only name I found that Jack wins. Says an assistant in Westrun, so I'm assuming it's the same. They just moved up to Whitestone.
Yeah. Well, his tower is kind of portable.
Yeah, so that's
so. Yeah, he kind of hangs his hat wherever he's at, if you know what I mean.
No, if he transports his tower and Jack is inside the tower, what happens to him?
And there's a what inside the tower?
The assistant is in the tower, and he does like
he would be expelled from the tower when it shrinks. It basically, like, he throws it on the ground. It looks like, when it shrunk, it just looks like a little rook chess piece.
I was kind of hoping it would shrink with it.
And then when he throws it on the ground and says the magic word, it just grows up into the full size tower. All right, sorry, I was writing notes. So who's on first watch?
Sao and me.
Sao and Shango. All right.
Yep.
So it appears the group has decided to venture further into the Parchwood Forest, braving its dangers, to try and figure out and find a little bit more information about what happened to Uvok. As the night comes to full darkness, the moon rises high in the sky, and you begin to look around. Look around, hearing the owls come out and the crickets come out. Is there anything specific you guys would like to be doing during your watch?
I'm just keeping an eye out on the surroundings, see if I see anything unusual.
Yeah, pretty much doing the same thing.
Okay.
Don't want to be caught off guard with whatever killed the other guy.
Indeed. As you look around, there doesn't appear to be too many disturbances throughout the night. And several hours go by uneventfully. And you get the sense it's you're starting to get really tired, and it's probably time to switch out watch. Who's on second watch?
Who's in second?
I think it was Fike and Knox, right? Or I'm taking
Fike
third.
and so because I think Fike was gonna go on the watch with you, Cortanus.
No, it's all right.
Just like can't see in the dark very well, so
Yeah.
Good. To be on watch.
Maybe
Just
during your walk
feel what's
tomorrow,
there.
he can tell you about how language has changed.
Birds and the bees.
So who was on second watch? It was Erdan and Fike, or just Erdan? And
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. I got good vision. I'm good.
okay.
So,
So those of you on second watch, you get roused by your compatriots. They inform you that not much has happened during the watch. As you begin your watch and they head to sleep. Fike and Knox. Okay. Is there anything specific you'd like to be doing during your watch?
Not particularly. I would like, as long as nobody's watching, I'd like to just take my dagger of venom and just wing it a few times into the woods and watch it boom back to me.
And watch it boomerang back to you?
Yep.
Okay. You do so.
All right.
And it just... You practice it. You bend it around a couple trees just to, give yourself an extra challenge. Yeah.
Trying to get a feel for it.
Exactly. But it's pretty cool. Yeah, you curve the bullet, curve the dagger.
Yeah, curve the dagger.
But yeah. Your watch goes by uneventfully, and it's time for third watch, which is Cortanus and Erdan, I believe. As you guys are roused from your sleep and told that watch was uneventful, you come to consciousness. Is there anything specific you guys want to be doing on your watch?
While she's looking around, Cortanus is gonna be by the fire and take out a whetstone from her pack and just be very carefully sharpening both blades, like really diligently.
Okay.
Gotta take good care of them.
Indeed. Take care of your toys will take care of you, as my father used to tell me. However, if there's nothing else you'd particularly like to do, your watch goes by uneventfully as well. Nobody comes by on the road, and the sun begins to peek up over the trees of the Parchwood as your companions begin to come to as they smell the simple breakfast that you've gotten started over the campfire.
Good morrow, everyone.
Good morning.
Greetings, my companions.
Didst thou sleep well, my lord?
Yes. It was a rather quiet night.
That may be for the best, if what I hath heard about this area is correct.
Indeed.
Apparently, it's somewhere.
What'd you say?
Looks like there's a stray dog somewhere.
I don't hear it.
You don't hear that?
Definitely hear that.
I silenced it.
As you all come to consciousness the next day, again, it is raining.
Yeah.
The sun comes up, and shortly thereafter, the clouds come over, and it begins to rain. That is springtime here in Taldore. and it is early spring, probably closer to late winter.
Oh, it's cold.
But, yeah, so not only are you chilly, but you are now also wet. A lovely morning. As you all come to consciousness, prepare yourselves for the day.
Katas will break down the tents and try to like wring out her twin tails every so often.
Yeah. As the parchwood stands in front of you.
Oh, no to order. I'm not in my vestments. I'm in my leather armor.
Okay.
That is a good thing to be in the Parchwoods.
Traveling clothes. Nobody uses them. I do.
Let us follow the tracks.
All right.
I know Katana's taking point again, since this seems to be their quest here.
All right. So Cortanus moves to the front of the group and begins heading back to the spot where you had previously found the body, and then following it further in until you find the spot where the tracks had shifted from bear to humanoid. And the rain is not helping with preserving the tracks. So if you would like to continue following these tracks, I'm going to need someone to make a survival check.
Checking on the tracks. And I don't see much. Great start.
Oh, it's that kind of day.
I'm 90% sure he said that she was found in a dried riverbed. So the tracks are like going to be gone in a minute.
So Shango, you
Where'd the party go?
yeah, you kneel down to start looking at the tracks, and everyone just keeps walking right past you, but you don't notice. And you look up, and for a second, you're like, "Wait, did everybody just like leave me? Oh no!"
Not everybody. Not everybody.
Like you don't even notice, Cortanus, that he bends over to check the tracks. You just keep.
You're in the front.
Going.
Oh, I'm terrible at this.
But after,
I had one job.
Like, you're like the kid at the amusement park who's kneeled down to tie his shoe and then looks up and his parents are gone.
Mommy!
But eventually, as the rest of the group is up by Seao, who is kneeled down, actually looking at the actual tracks. You guys notice as Shango kind of comes trotting up. You guys realize he wasn't there a minute ago, and now he is. But
did Seth find something of note, my lord?
No. There was nothing of interest.
Excuse me again, guys. I'm sorry. Be right back.
D&D Beyond.
So D&D Beyond, yes.
You all need to get it so you can use your fancy overlay.
I know, it's so cool. It's a really good overlay.
Is it for everybody? Is it for just you?
It's like a thing where if the DM creates a campaign and everybody has their characters connected to it, I can use it in my stream and then have an overlay of everybody's character, like icons with their hit points and stuff and their statuses, and like people can poke into it to see like a short little bit of the character sheet. It's really
I don't
cool.
want to see the people that you do basics of training and I can't have to deduct hit points for myself.
I barely heard what you said because you kept cutting out.
I said I don't want people to see that I can't do basic subtraction when I'm losing hit points.
To
going
be fair,
like this on my fingers.
D&D Beyond literally can do that for you.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
You just put in the number of damage that you took, damaged.
All right.
Or the reverse, heal for that many. That is the glory of D&D Beyond. It gives you a place to put your stuff because you're so disorganized.
The one thing I liked about D&D is that you had to do math to play.
But yet you're bad at it, apparently. It has not helped you with that.
That's true. I'm a glutton for punishment. No, do math good. So stupid. I should have played an ogre.
I wish I could play an ogre. I bring back my half-Eton cleric.
You can play anything. There's all types.
And closest I get mechanically would be a Goliath, I guess.
Well, in theory, yeah. There's like all the beast folk are technically in the Tal'Dorei campaign, so you can play a gnoll and all that stuff. So it's more like you have to work it out with the DM type of thing, but you're just a runty ogre.
But Ettins.
Now, was that like the one smart, one dumb style Etten, or was it?
Not exactly. It was more of like the stereotypes were not the stereotypes, and everyone was playing a race that are generally evil, but they weren't really. So it's like all like stereotype flipping.
I like that. What is it? Cho'Gall from World of Warcraft, where they have like the one is the bruiser and the other one's the mage. Like, I love that.
Yeah,
like,
that was kind of because one they were a life and war cleric, so one had the weapon, one had the shield.
That's great. I think that's awesome. I love that.
Are you in Zora?
This head is a level warrior, and this a third level fighter. This one is a sorcerer, and they don't get along at all.
They don't exactly get along, but they deal with it enough. This is our getting along armor.
Oh. So this is the perfect time to RP with people. So, Katonis, I have a question for you.
Yes, Father.
Do you know what an analogy is?
Yes.
I'm not trying to speak down to you. All right. So you said a few things the other day, so I still don't understand that you're from way off where, but I'll ask when I'm more comfortable. But so if you understand analogy, new language, we have analogies that are all basically disgusting. Like a glass half full of shit. And a barrel of monkeys. We would not ever put monkeys in a barrel because they don't go there. But that just means craziness.
Craziness. She immediately pulls out her notebook and just starts writing. Which actually let me pull out my actual notebook so I can remind myself of things she's learned on this one.
You have being a dick in there, right?
Oh, I absolutely have. No, yeah, I have dick. I have dick in there.
Okay, that's good.
I have shit hits the fan.
But why do you choose such
High-fiving.
curious expressions?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, because an analogy, most of the time, when I talk to people, an analogy is a good way to get your point across. With this semblance of fine folks here, not seem to be nomenclature.
So
but then, she's like writing down stuff and that.
Yeah.
But then why, what is the point of this glass half full of feces? What is that supposed to be an analogy for?
All right, so you can look at the half glass full as a good thing or a bad thing. If it is a half glass full of, let's say, do you like wine?
Yes.
All right, so a half glass of wine is a pretty good thing. Now, if you take that half glass and you remove the wine and you apply shit, or let's say poison, that is not a good thing.
That probably would have been a better for the analogy.
It stands young.
It would have been far better for the analogy, yes.
Yeah, of poison or acid or.
Wait, acid?
She just starts marking down poison. She crosses off shit and puts down poison because that makes more sense.
All right, sorry guys. My stomach has been all over the like doing cartwheels.
It's okay. We were
today.
literally talking about the glass half full of shit.
I love my mother. I love my mother, but the digestive system genetics she gave me. Anyway.
Irritable syndrome.
So as you guys gather around Seau as he kneels down and is looking at the tracks,
Put away the notebook.
he sees. He notices that they are starting to wash away, as with the rain collecting and her being with the rain falling as it is. It's he knows you have limited time. So Sayo, you estimate that if you guys if you want to be able to follow these tracks for the next several hours, you're going to have to hurry. Especially if the rain keeps up like this.
Swiftness of action. That I can understand.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna have to hurry or we're gonna lose these tracks.
Right, book it.
I would like
In that direction.
issue a word of warning against blindly running into the forest.
Certainly not blindly, my lord.
Yes. If we do lose the tracks, we do so. It is in our original intention to not follow these tracks for more than several hours.
Of course.
All right. As you guys make haste into the forest, if you're going to want to follow these, you can't really be stealthing, unfortunately. So as you make your way through the forest, stomping through some of the leftover patches of snow, through a lot of the dead undergrowth of leaves and pine needles that fall all over the place, you are making good time. Even though you're starting to have trouble following the tracks continuing. Sao, can you make another survival check for me?
Yeah, give me a minute.
$18. Sao, without trouble, you are used to hunting down humanoids, and you'd have no trouble, even with the rain coming down and potentially washing away. You start looking for other signs, not necessarily just footprints, but broken little branches on twigs, and maybe some fur caught or some sort of cloth caught in thorn brambles or anything. As you continue following on, you hadn't noticed at first because of the water in the air, but you pick up a scent off in the air of rotting flesh.
Guys, you smell that? It smells like rotting flesh.
Does it? I haven't noticed.
From which direction?
You guys were heading almost due west, or due east, I should say, and started heading slightly southwest as the tracks seemed to veer off in that direction. And you've been traveling probably for the better part of an hour at this point.
They just go deeper and deeper into the woods, right?
Deeper and deeper into the forest, yeah.
Yep.
Aren't we continuing forward, my lord?
I would suggest so.
Understood. And I start heading direction Seo points us towards.
All right, Seo, as you are following the tracks, you kneel down towards one of the tracks, and the further you go, the stronger the stench gets. You're expecting to come across like maybe some sort of like dead carcass that looks like it's been feasted on by something or other, but you don't. But as you're kneeling down, at one of the looking at one of the tracks, you see that it's started to pool up with water, and all of a sudden it ripples.
It ripples?
Yeah, it ripples.
Jurassic Park ripples?
Yeah, like that scene from Jurassic Park.
Oh, hell, guys. I think something's coming.
Immediately, blades out.
You instantly hear a say out, and you turn and look to your left, and I need everyone to roll initiative.
You turn to the left and then black out.
Oh boy.
This is fine.
Attacked by my 10 undead minotaur.
This will be good. This is fine. We're fine.
We already fought it under the Minotaur. That'll be fine.
No, more minotaurs.
How difficult could it be?
This is fine. Everything is fine.
We're fine. It's gonna
You don't
be
have to
fine.
worry about everything being on fire because it's raining.
Haha! Success.
Yay!
You can't be surrounded in a fiery room if you're in the rain. And outside.
Exactly. Just gotta look at the good things.
See?
The glass is half full of not shit. It's wine.
It's half of
Aha!
wine. Yes.
I don't know if you see the thing that we're fighting. It's full of poison.
Or do not see it, so, you know.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, I see it now.
Aha!
Yeah, it's a glass. It's a glass full of shit, not just half. It's full.
You see a very large finger coming, breaking out of the tree line, wielding what looks like a very large, thrown together kind of club stone axe that looks like the trunk of a tree that had a huge like sharpened stone shoved into it to turn it into some sort of an axe, but it's 3 times the size of you, so probably still hurts if you get hit with it. And Fike, you instantly, once it comes crashing through, recognize it as something that is undead.
Okay.
Instantly recognize it as something that's undead from your background and
Training.
and all that kind of jazz. All right. Let's see here. So with you guys rushing to follow the tracks before they get washed away, which was why you weren't able to do like perception checks and stuff to see if there was danger around. But Oh, I forgot to roll initiative for. Noxus.
Oh, Noxus. Are you piloting him in the fight, or?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yes.
All right, Seiyao, you are the first to notice this. You turn to the left, you see the rather large, giant, huge creature come roaring out of the tree line. What would you like to do?
Okay, is all this like clear? Like all this area?
I mean, for the most part, there's like tall grass and shrubber, like bushes and stuff, but nothing you can't get through.
Okay, would it be half speed or would it just be regular?
It'd be regular.
Okay, I think I have enough 30 feet to get there. I'm gonna run up and do battle axe and the warp.
The war pick.
Battle axe and the war pick.
Do you have the 2-weapon fighting feat?
Dual wielder.
Do you have the dual wielder feat? Sorry?
Yep. I got it at 4th level.
You got it at 4th level?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then you can wield both. All right, yeah. So go ahead and make your attack. So with that definitely hits with your +1 battle axe. The war pick does not. I mean, it hits, but you just hit in like a fleshy part, and your pick kind of like sinks into it, and you feel like it didn't do that much damage. But you do 11 points of slashing damage with the battle axe.
Sweet. Incoming.
All right. Yeah, it doesn't even seem to phase it though. Erdan.
All right. I am going to pull out my shield. Use my bonus action to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
And then
So what looks like a small bolt of lightning strikes you, and these static charges surround you in a protective dome.
ooh, I like that.
As you pull out your shield and your warhammer.
I did not pull out, I'm not going to pull out my Warhammer. I'm going to use Ray of Frost, actually.
Oh, okay. So you're going to Ray of Frost it from where you're at?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make your spell attack. 21 does hit, so go ahead and roll damage. Ooh. Did you get to 5th level? Yeah, you did get to 5th level.
Yeah, I
didn't
did
you?
get to the. Yep.
That's right. So 9 points of cold damage. Nice. And its speed is reduced, I believe.
Yes.
You
So
a
you,
level fighter, Sayo?
He did not level to 5th level yet.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think he's like one.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Worst.
Yeah, by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
Okay. So you extend your hand forward. This blast of cold air energy comes flying out, drills the giant in its knee, and it seems to slow him down a bit. Shango. I'm assuming you didn't. I don't know. Did you want to move, Erdan?
No, I'm gonna stay right there.
Okay. Shango.
It appears we are fighting this. So let's see. First,
at least Seiyao thinks so. He charged it. So.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to appear so, my lord.
Yeah. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna step a little bit over here. And then there is like a wind picking up around me, sort of like a mini tornado starting around me getting faster, and then lashing over to Cortanas, and Cortanas feels like the wind coming around. It kind of pushes you in your back. You always feel like you have tailwind. So I'm casting haste on you.
Ooh.
Yes, finally! My moment!
So, Cortanas, you get a
Alright.
+2 to your AC. You have advantage on dexterity saving throws. And your movement speed is doubled. And you get an extra action that you can use to make a single weapon attack. or dash, or disengage, or
Disengage.
hide. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you speed up as the world around you slows down. You feel this surge of adrenaline rush through your body, and this gust of wind at your back. So that's your action, Shango.
Yep.
Is that the end? Oh,
No, I'm gonna use quickness spell
okay.
to also lash out and cast frostbite at that thing. So then
Oh,
it's a-
frostbite. That has to make a con save.
Yep. DC 16.
It's not the best save. That's not the best roll. But he does have a pretty high constitution. That's a 14.
14 fails. DC
Nope,
16.
I'm sorry. That's not a 14. That's a 17.
Boo!
Succeeds.
Because he is proficient in constitution saves.
Just wrench out our hearts.
Sorry.
No.
So that is a 17. He
that's safe.
shakes it off. It doesn't even affect him. That ends your turn, Shango.
Yes.
Fike.
All right,
Fike, I'd like you to roll. Roll a history check.
Sure.
Never mind.
Dope. All right. I'm going to take one of the drops of rain that is falling off my holy symbol, and I'm going to cast Bless on Nox, Shango, and Cortanas.
All right. First of all, that's really cool imagery. So take inspiration.
Nice.
Dope.
Well,
It has to be holy water. So
Well, no,
touching a
that's
holy symbol.
no, yeah, I get it. No, like that's really smart and clever. I love it. So you get to take inspiration, and you got an XP for that, which you'll get at the end of the session. But that was really cool. So that's your action. You bless. Who's blessed?
Nox, Shango, Cortanas.
Nox, Shango, and Cortanas are all
Hashtag
blessed. Hashtag blessed. So that's your action.
And I'm just going to sprint wildly, running away from the group. Going, hey, big guy, over here! Over here!
Trying to get its attention.
Yep.
All right. Make an intimidation check.
I should be good at those, right? Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, maybe
Not
I am.
bad. 20. All right. You think you may have gotten through the mindless rage of this undead being, but time will tell. That ends your turn, Fike?
Yep.
Yep. All right. That will bring us to the giant's turn. The giant is going to lift up its giant tree axe club and make a pair of attacks against Sao. Okay. 19 to hit?
Yep.
I'm assuming that hits.
Yeah.
And 17 to hit. No.
Yep. Which one?
Yeah, 17 to hit.
Yeah.
All right, so they both hit?
Yeah.
Alright, so from the first one, as he comes swinging baseball style with this giant thing.
Are we not doing phrasing?
You take 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
And as he comes around for the second hit, this one more of an overhand strike. You get lucky because he rolls shit on damage. Another 15 points of bludgeoning damage. So a total of 35 points of bludgeoning damage. And it is going to move like that.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
Nope, because it never left melee with you. It couldn't leave melee with you because it didn't have enough movement.
Is that 10 feet? Yeah, that's 10 feet slower. Because that, Ray of Frost, woo!
So it didn't have enough
Got him,
movement
coach.
to get much further past you. And how you looking there, Sao?
Pretty much red.
Pretty much red? Okay. That is going to end the giant's turn, bringing us to Noxus. Noxus is going to hex the beast, and then he is going to send a couple of Eldritch Blasts at it.
They both get a D4.
Making that a 14. Fortunately, the second one doesn't hit, even with the blast. The first one does hit, though, for 5 points of Eldritch Blast damage. Oh, and I forgot the extra 2 points, so 7 points of damage. Oh, unfortunately, the necrotic damage actually does nothing to it. So it's just 5 points of damage. And that is going to, and then Noxus will move a little bit further away, over here, by these rocks to take some cover. That will end his turn. Which one of you fuckers is from? None of you are from Whitestone, so never mind. Noxus was from Whitestone. A little bit. Not really. No, he wasn't. So, anyway, Cortanus.
Okay, so adrenaline, hashtag blast, holy shit. Yeah, so just immediately she's staring down this thing, blades out, she rushes it, almost a blur, kind of dives, kind of basically trying to like slide between its legs and slash both of its legs, kind of going through and under it, and then spinning back around to get in front of it and taking 2 more strikes, because she's got 4 attacks now. Woo!
All right. Hit. And all 4 hit. So you watch as Cortanus is just a blur of movement and steel as she just starts
and marks the fuck out of it and gets it right in its path.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not pass!
Chunks of flesh go flying every which direction. She's just carving chunks out of this thing. What was that 22, 37 points of damage altogether?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
And then just defense blade.
So you just are cutting chunks out of this thing. It appears largely undeterred. It's a you see it's fairly easy to hit, but it is hardy. As many undead things are. But at the end of your turn, Cortanis, I'd like everybody to make, because we go back to the top of the round, I'd like everybody to make history checks.
Maybe, okay.
That's right, I forget, everybody in this party is dumb.
Rude.
I got it! I got a 19!
This makes sense.
Shango is the smartest guy in the party. Father Fike, it finally clicks with you. You remember in learning about Whitestone and their history, one of the things that the Briarwoods, particularly Lady Briarwood, did to help control the populace was travel into the Alabaster Sierras and turn a fortress of stone giants into her undead thralls. Most of them were cut down during the rebellion that dethroned the Briarwoods. However, a few of them were known to escape into the Parchwood.
Hey then.
You have a sense that this might be because you start to see distinctive stone giant characteristics through the undeadness of this thing. Sao, you are bloodied and beaten.
Yeah.
What would you like to do with your turn?
Well, I'm gonna hit him again.
All right. You hoist your weapons up to go in for another round of attacks.
Yeah.
You bite at his ankles. 17 hits for the battle axe. 19 also hits for the war pick. Go ahead and roll damage for both. So 19 points of damage total. Nice.
Let me check something real quick.
So that's your action and your bonus action.
Yeah, I was gonna. Oh yeah, never mind.
So with your action and your bonus, you bury your battle axe deep into its calf, and then hit the back of your battle axe with the war pick, driving it deeper into the leg, and then pull both out as you watch a bunch of black, brackish, coagulated blood begin to ooze out of the wound. Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Erdan.
I'm going to move up to it, and I'm going to pull out my warhammer and take a smack at that knee.
Oh, that same knee you hit with the okay.
Nice.
Make your attack roll.
Oh, jeez.
8.
Not so nice.
You do hit the knee, but you hit a part that was iced over, and it just slips off ineffectually, unfortunately.
Right.
But that is your action. You're maintaining concentration on your
Yep.
on your shield of faith, I would imagine.
Yes. I'm going to use healing word at a second level on Sao.
Okay. What healing words do you send his way?
Come on, it doesn't really hit that bad.
Rub some dirt on it, you'll be alright.
Just like smudge.
So you get 6 points of healing there, Sao.
Yay.
That ends your turn, Erdan.
Mm-hmm.
Shango.
Did Father Fai convey any of that stone giant thing?
He hasn't had the opportunity.
Okay. I guess I'll just continue what they'll do. So I'm gonna what was I gonna do? Run down here. And then as I'm running, I reach out my hand, the sparks fly from the bracelet to my fingers and start flying onto the giant thing to cast Magic Missile at first level.
All right.
So that's 1, 2, 3.
9, 10, 11 points of damage as the missiles strike true.
And as I'm running, there's like a wind that picks me up. My cloak starts billowing, and I'm going to use my bonus action to fly 10 feet over this boulder further down here.
Okay. To get into cover?
Yeah, so like be like halfway behind that stone. Probably not full cover, but a little bit.
All right.
I want to see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my turn.
All right. That ends your turn. Fike.
All right. I go, oh, fuck. Undead stone giant. Told you I didn't want to do it.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but
I'm just looking up like 14 feet. Woo! All right. Short bow. One shot.
all right.
That was just an analogy. Suck it up, cupcake. This ain't a charity.
22 definitely hits. For 12 points of sneak attack damage. Nice. So, you hit you let the arrow go, and it disappears into its stomach fat and into its stomach, and probably is splintered into many parts, impacting many vital organs on the inside as it kind of shudders from the impact.
It would be vital organs if it wasn't undead.
Yeah, exactly. But does that end your turn, Fike? Sorry?
Right where I'm at, so I'm good. I'm good where I'm at.
Excellent. That brings us to the giant. The giant holds out holds out his weapon and starts spinning in place as the weapon above is swinging around above your head, and then he lowers it as it comes down towards Sao.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Disadvantage against anybody except Cortanus. It is marked.
Okay. That doesn't take an action, right, to mark it?
No, that was just if I hit.
Okay. So with disadvantage, that's a 22 to hit.
Oh my lord.
So I know that hits. So you suffer... Oof. Wow. I rolled a 8, a 7, and an 8 on the damage.
This is fine. It just gave me an extra boost.
16, 23, 29 points of damage.
Oh my lord.
Sal? What? What's that?
He's down.
Sao goes down as the weapon doesn't even slow down and comes in arcing towards Erdan as he was swinging in a counterclockwise motion.
Disadvantage?
Yep, disadvantage. Which is a good thing it was disadvantage, because the first one I rolled a natural 15, which plus 9 would have been a 24, but the second one was a natural 1. So, so it completely. So he misjudges the angle, and as he had started bringing the club down to hit Sao, it didn't stop that angle, and it boom smashes right into the earth right before it hits you.
I'm using my reaction to make my sentinel attack.
Okay.
Wait, so am I down?
You are down, yeah.
Okay.
That definitively hits for another 7 points of damage.
Fucking in particular.
All right. But yeah, it just hits the ground right next to you, Dan, and all this mud and shit just comes flying up and falls over the top of you, almost like a wave of water.
I don't even flinch.
Yeah. But you've got like mud and stuff dripping down the back of your armor. But it totally missed you, so that's the good thing.
I'm glad I'm
brings then this guy is no, he can't move because you just hit him with a sentinel attack, right? Or no, that's only if he's retreating.
I don't know. Is this considered an opportunity attack because he?
It's not an opportunity attack.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's part of so he can move.
Yeah, it actually just came up in a Critical Role episode.
It did actually just come up in a Critical Role episode. I remember that.
Hang on a second.
And it's gonna move like that. So Erdan gets an attack of opportunity though if he wants it.
I'm gonna swing on him. Or I'm not going to. Wow.
Sorry, buddy. The dice gods are not in your favor tonight.
Guess not. That 20 was my only one.
But yeah, you did have that 20 though. So you swing at him, but you have some mud in your eye, and so you misjudge it a little bit as he moves around to engage with Fike, almost sensing your tie to the divine Fike. He does, as an undead creature, he is not a fan of that. And you just shot him with an arrow that hurt a lot. So, and is not super intelligent, so it's just going to go after what hurts. But that ends its turn. Noxus, realizing that his hex isn't helping things at all, he is going to instead as a 5th level warlock, all of his spells are at 3rd level, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. He is going to... What is that? Huh. He's going to Scorching Ray at 3rd level.
He's got a +4 to that 11.
Okay.
That helps. A 1d4.
D4.
All right. See if that D4 can help that 11. That's exactly what it needed to hit. Was all 4. So 3 of the rays. So you watch as these 3 fiery rays come streaking through the air. Every time raindrops hit them, there's the steam comes. It just sounds like as they travel through the air with the rain hitting them. It sounds like rain hitting like hot iron, just like. And it looks like a Daft Punk concert in here as 3 of the rays slam into the undead giant, dealing 13, 18, 27 points of fire damage. As this thing is starting to look pretty rough. And then he is going to hop back behind the rocks over here because Mama didn't raise no fool. Cortanus.
Yeah, just suddenly a blur just winding around this thing as she kind of like slides into place by Fike gets between them. It's like, I said thy opponent is me! And she just goes at it. So first attack, second attack. Wow.
Oh, jeez.
Bonus attack, or bonus action attack is with advantage because it attacks somebody else.
That'll hit.
And then the hasted attack. Oops. That's still
hit.
22. Then fuck it, action surge.
Alright, well, that's, what is that, 19 points of damage?
Yeah, 12, 13, 6, 7, 19.
Alright. Right, 12 plus 7 is 19.
Yep.
Yep.
So, yeah, so shooting, an action surge, another attack, you said?
That's 2 other attacks. Woohoo.
Or 2 other attacks, yep.
Oh, I need to stop casting an advantage, sorry. One more.
Because the 14 is not going to hit, unfortunately. It just barely misses.
Okay.
That 16, however, will hit. So 8 points of damage. I don't want to do this.
Sweet. So this thing is way tall. So she is going to use the first 2 attacks that she can hit to cut off, basically cut it off at the knee, both legs, so that it falls forward towards her. Uses the other blade, uses the blunt end of it to basically thrust it up against, as it comes down towards her, up against its neck, just to hold it in place, and then bring the other one down to cut off its head.
All right. So you come with your hasted speed. You come running from as it moved over you. You're like, oh no, you don't. So you come running, slide, almost like baseball slide underneath it. As you do, you hit with 2 of your blades, kind of holding them downward against both Achilles' heels. And as you come sliding up to on a knee in front of it, without even looking, you just kind of, still holding your swords upside down, you just plant the hilt of the guard into the ground, and you hear behind you as the giant boom falls down to both knees at first, and then just starts falling forward. And as you just hold the dagger there, or the sword there, it just falls forward, boom, face first, right onto the sword.
Guillotines itself.
Going right through its neck. You hold them there as like a scissor as it falls there, guillotining the neck. And the giant is no longer moving.
Just brings back her blades, wipes off blood, sheathes them both.
But Fike, now that you are right next to it and looking at it, that's definitely what you thought it was.
I just look at Shango and I do the Vanna White, like, look what you fucking made us do.
Father,
I'm gonna go over
Father,
to
Sao.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to Sao and cure wounds.
Okay.
Yeah, just at a first.
Well, hold on, because
There's another one.
no, not that, but Sao would go in the initiative before you, so he needs to make a death save.
Nah, remember?
You got the Periapt.
That's right. You got the Periapt of
Periapt of wound closure. Yeah.
That's right. Good purchase. So as soon as it comes to your turn, you stabilize. So as you come running over to him, Erdan, you're expecting the worst, but he appears to just be unconscious. And you see that trinket that he bought at the magic store, it's slowly glowing, and there's this warm sort of healing energy that's kind of shrouding his body. And you're giving him a cure wounds, you said?
Yep.
What level?
First.
First level. Okay, go ahead and roll for healing.
2.
So 10. So, Sayao, you get 10 points of healing. You come to consciousness, laying on the muddy, wet ground. But you look over and see that the giant is no more.
Wow, I'm getting too old for this.
That's all right, Sao.
Yeah. Is everybody else all right?
Yeah.
I believe so.
A little muddy, but I'll live.
No worries.
Very mockingly, I want to walk up to the head that is decapitated on the ground and look at it, and then look at Shango and go, look at the head and go, why did you do this? Why?
Who's a bad stone giant?
You're talking to the head?
Yes, I'm talking to the head and then making eye contact with Shango, and then back of the head.
I believe I have seen this play. Which is quite the classic.
Lost it?
But I assume at this point, suddenly the spell falls and just like...
Yeah, at this
I'm
point,
actually-
the spell dissipates, and you feel this huge wave of lethargy and
Just before the spell falls, I actually just want to walk over and be very well done, brave Cortanas. Take a moment and relax. And then
yeah.
falls, and it's
But
like,
yeah, you fall to a knee, Cortanas.
Yeah.
You're so exhausted
Just
for
like,
a second there.
gotta do
You're
the night thing in front of Shango, just like...
Yeah.
One blade down.
Yeah, you're playing it off like you're bowing
Right.
to Shango, but you're really just like breathing very heavily. You're super hungry. You're super hungry. Your breakfast has been like your metabolism was shot through the roof there for about a minute. And
was
you're like
exhilarating.
Really
I know not what that was, but it was intense.
very well
Question.
done. I am proud.
Thank you, my lord.
Question.
Yes, we might have an answer.
The weapon, can it be taken apart?
the weapon,
Yeah,
the giant's weapon.
yeah. I don't want to leave a giant's weapon lying around like that.
I mean, I mean, you could probably. It's just a tree trunk with a huge rock shaped like an axe head strapped to it.
Need it.
Okay, can we just take it apart?
He needs
You can if you'd like.
Need
Yeah.
fire magic? Just mess up the tree trunk?
I mean,
I
if you'd like.
have a single hand axe.
I can certainly cut up potentially a bit of a tree.
Cortanas, I think this is fine. So, Shango, would you like to ask him a question? I turn the head towards him.
I do not expect an answer. But
You don't think that, Fike, you don't think that this is what you're looking for. The tracks he makes in comparison to the tracks Sayao has been tracking, this giant's tracks are way too big.
But I have a question for you, Father.
Mm-hmm.
What do we gaze upon? Do you know?
And I kind of just take my dagger. I kind of open it a little bit inside and cover my mouth. I would say stone or hill giant. Probably late in its age, but most definitely held together by necromancy. Also, the smell is disgusting. But
I
that is
must agree
apparent.
with thee for that, Father.
I assume, due to my history roll, that the previous denizens of White Zone used this as some kind of patrolling scare tactic for the common folk. So, I guess when that fell, these took to the woods. But it's possibly not what we have been tracking. Just a happy coincidence for this.
Or a terrible distraction.
I'll cast a small prestidigitation to give a small gust of wind like away from us, so we get a brief relief from the smell.
Okay.
Many thanks, my lord.
That's even worse. You ever walk outside and walk back inside and discuss thing? You're like, oh, I hit you all over again. I was getting used.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just like a
it's
second.
like I was getting used to it, so I could deal with it. But then it went away, and it's like starting from the beginning.
You're welcome.
Oh, undead corpses. Oh, lavender. Oh, undead corpses.
Just trying to quickly remove undead guts from anything that splashed on her during all the haste.
Oh, and there's plenty. There's plenty all over you.
Luckily, it's raining.
Luckily, it's raining, so it's helping a bit. But
I could
You're
perhaps
definitely-
that magic, my lord Erdan, whoever canst.
Unfortunately, it is outside the realm of my current capabilities to clean.
That's gonna be a hard smell to get out
Yeah,
of your.
it was Erdan. Erdan had prestidigitation, right?
Nope.
Someone had it.
Someone had it.
Oh, Nox
has it.
did.
Noxus has.
Nox, yeah. I only have a special
President-
form.
Just like gives Noxus the please.
However, as you are kind of examining Fike, the giant, you find a sword embedded in it. That's like stuck in it.
Oh, all right. Is it all right? I'll take it out and go to hand it Cortana because that's obviously hers.
No, it's not. her
Yeah, just
sword.
like pulls out both of her like
pulls out both of her
runic
swords.
blades.
Oh, all right. Cool. I have
It
a
is
sword.
pristine and completely clean.
That's a fucking impossible. We just took it out of a corpse. Right. I found a
sword
sword. Do we want to do that funny thing that the magic tells us what it does?
A sword that's constantly prestidigitation.
Sword of prestidigitation? Is that what I just
There you
said?
go. Perfect.
Yep, that's it. You got it. It's a
Sort
sword of
of.
prestidigitation.
Motherfucker. Cortanas! And I start tapping her with the sword.
No, it appears to be some kind of a scimitar-like blade. The handle is leather wrapped. There is a small like sword knot that hangs from the hilt, and there is iconography that runs up the blade of almost like a totem, like a totem pole, of a bull, a bear, a fox, an eagle, an owl, and a cat.
Yep.
Not in that order though.
Okay.
Of like a panther.
I have a good idea of what it is, but Fike has no clue.
Is there
It's a
anything,
scimitar.
any roots or anything written on it?
Yeah, it's got like
there's no language runes on it. It's
Just
just
the pictures that
iconography.
you just
Yeah.
said. Okay.
Yeah. It looks like a total.
Hieroglyphics.
Yeah, like the engravings that run up the blade almost look like those totem poles that you would see,
Gotcha.
where the very bottom there's like a bull, and then sitting on top of the bull is a bear. Sitting on top of the bear is this like mountain lion or panther like cat. Sitting on top of that is a fox. Sitting on top of that is an eagle, and sitting on top of that is an owl.
So I have a sword. I'm assuming we'll check it out later.
Congratulations. Does the sword look familiar to you, Kotanas?
I show it to Cortanas.
Look it over, but don't know if she'll
It
recognize
doesn't look
anyone.
familiar to you, but it looks extremely well made and well balanced.
New magic.
Only that it hath been crafted by one of much skill, my lord.
Probably of elven make.
Perhaps elvish?
Stick it in the bag of holding.
I mean, Cortanas, could you like spin it around for a little bit? Is this part of your repertoire of known artillery?
Swords are certainly within my realm, but I hath my particular blades. And she holds up the two Cortana blades.
Yeah.
All right. I'll just and I just tuck it in
I doth appreciate it, Father,
that I
but
have.
I am close to these.
Did you express interest in the magical potential identity of this book?
Yeah, but we have like tracks that we're searching, and it's raining, and so we have more go to do. So
I concur. Wise words, Father.
Are you guys taking a rest, or are you just pressing on?
Pressing on, I would say. It's been a couple hours at this point.
Well, no, you'd been traveling for about an hour. Fight in, like, I know for us it took longer, but it actually only took about 12 to 30 seconds.
Yeah, no, but till we got to the fight, there was about an hour of following.
Yeah, it was about 1 hour of travel
Okay.
into the Parchwood.
Yeah.
Will that be all right, Seo, in pressing forward? Thou hath been our guide.
I could try.
wait, Sarah got hurt.
I just take a little nap.
He had a huge job in front of him.
Seyao looks pretty worse for wear.
Oh, all right. I could help you, Sao, if you want to keep going, or unless you want to take a nap.
No, that'd be helpful if you got anything.
All right. You get 8 points of healing from lay on hands.
Okay.
All right.
Inappropriate touching.
Excuse you.
that is, to be fair, that is the most appropriate of touching when it comes to.
Yeah.
You're gonna be bleeding out one day, and you're
If
gonna go,
ever-
Like, touch me, please.
If ever there was appropriate punching.
This one.
I just permanently give consent for lay on hands. Like, that's a perma consent for me.
I got
You
a
could touch
question.
me in the most.
When in doubt, assume that I've given consent for lay on hands. All right, so you guys continue to follow the tracks. I'm gonna need someone to make another survival check. This time with disadvantage. With the rain coming down, it's getting really hard. The tracks are really starting to blend in and wash away.
If I assist Sao, will that cancel out the disadvantage?
Are you
Give them
proficient in survival?
I am not.
I am, and
Then-
I can assist.
Okay, so if you can give him assist, then he can have advantage. Sayao, roll survival with advantage because Shango's helping you.
Or I guess regular.
Oh, I had a question, but I posted it in.
You had a question? Oh, sorry. Spits at the necromancy field. Sword of clean. What's your question? I'm sorry. It was
No,
in
no.
the Discord chat.
Yeah, I put it on Discord chat. I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't see it.
I don't see anything.
I don't see it in the Wednesday night game. I don't see anything in there. I just see a
Or
picture
did
of
you
a
DM?
two-headed something. Did you? I don't have a DM message either.
To something.
There it is.
What's the
Rude.
question? Oh,
Yeah.
you double the healing only if it's from your hit dice. From
Yeah,
a
so
short
if we
rest.
short rested, but we're not.
So if we were short resting and you were rolling hit dice, then you would double that, but not just healing that you get. Unfortunately,
That'd be broken.
that would be broken as shit.
Yeah.
Well, every
The whole-
healing.
The whole game's broken, which means it's all balanced. So
You'd have
it's all-
36 health right now.
Yeah. So because you were asking about your second wind. So yeah. So no, that's just that's different. You continue trying to follow the tracks. However, with the rain coming down, it's you have a real hard time, and you start to lose the trail, and it takes you. You actually get lost, and it takes you the better part of 3 more hours to find the tracks and finally follow them to conclusion, it appears, as you follow them right up to the base of a very large old willow tree. And the tracks appear to stop at the base of the tree.
I knew it was nature.
Doth we think it climbed?
I'm gonna start knocking on the tree.
With your hand.
Yes, to see if it's hollow.
Oh, so you're like knocking on it to see if it's hollow?
Yeah.
You kind of move around it and knock on it a little bit. It does not appear to be hollow. It appears to be a solid, normal tree. Make an investigation check, Dan.
Okay. Oh boy.
8. Yeah, it's definitely not hollow. It's definitely just It's definitely the only thing out of the ordinary is that it's an extremely old, large tree. The trunk is probably a diameter of 15 feet.
Good news,
no,
everyone.
not 15 feet. Like 8 feet. Sorry.
Good news, everyone. I found out. It is a tree.
Very
Thank
well
you,
done,
Dan.
my friend.
Thank you, Harpy Bait. Much appreciated.
Dude,
Aww.
do I see anything?
I like that nickname.
I resent that, mate.
Harpy Bait. That's a good one.
Double inspiration.
Double inspiration. No, but you can, Iridan, you get inspiration because Fike can't have double inspiration. So since you were the target,
Nice.
You get pity inspiration.
That's what you get for bullying.
Yes, you get pity inspiration, Iridan.
Get bullied, get inspiration.
I will take it.
Sick burn on you, sick burn on me, sick burn on everybody.
Boom, roasted.
Yeah, boom, roasted. Cortanus, you don't understand nomenclature of normal people. Boom, roasted. Echo. They looking. Boom, roasted.
Cortanus, you've never seen the Office?
No.
Oh, what?
Oh,
What
why?
Sorry.
is wrong with you?
Good.
Oh.
I
If
don't
you
watch a
go
lot of sitcoms. I don't.
Well, it's on
Homework
Netflix.
for you,
It's
just
definitely worth the watch, and I
Yeah.
Watch
hate
the whole
most
thing.
things.
I have a hard time with watching non-anime series because I'm a total dweeb.
If you have ever worked in an office, you will love the show. It's
Yes.
The Office.
It's such
My office is
dry
very
amazing.
different. Very different.
So is this one.
We had an episode of Community. We had an episode of Parks and Rec.
yeah. The creators of Parks and Rec, they started with The Office.
Yeah. But yeah, we were not the Parks and Rec. We're more the Parks and Rec episode of our yeah.
All right. I'm gonna start walking my 50 feet of round tree and trying to make a haphazard lumberjack style climbing apparatus.
Okay. Make a general intelligence check.
It's gonna go great, guys.
Or we'll say
Yeah.
wisdom. A general wisdom check.
Do I see anything up in the tree?
Alright, so you feel like you may have seen something like that done before. So you try to copy it as best you can. But you realize you don't have those special boots with the spikes on them that are the second half of that contraption. So you'll see how it works if at all.
It's fun.
But are you trying to climb the tree?
Are you guys sending me up to go look for the thing? Is that what we're doing now?
Do I see anything just by looking up? Into
I wasn't planning it.
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
I don't think anyone has actually just looked at it yet.
16. You stare up into the raining sky, trying to notice what you can up in the tree. With it being early spring and there isn't a lot of leafy vegetation on the tree yet, you can see pretty clearly into the bare branches. There does not appear to be anything other than a few squirrels up in the tree.
How far does that globe go?
How far does the what go?
The drift globe.
The drift
Oh, the
globe?
drift globe. It can. It has to be within 5 feet of you. It stays within 5 feet of you. You can't like send it like off away. You can just like hold it in the air, and then it'll. If you start moving it around, it'll follow you around.
All right.
It's like Navi from Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, that's a good.
Except without the noise.
Yeah, except without the obnoxious interruption.
Hey! Lee! Listen! Look! Listen! Get the hell up, you lazy boy!
Still one of my favorite games of all.
Oh, definitely.
It's like my top 3 games of all time. But anyway, yeah, there does not appear to be anything other than squirrels or chipmunks in the branches.
But the tracks definitely end like at the base of this tree.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see any sort of signs on the tracks that he was shape-shifting again?
You do not. With your perception check, though, you do notice the pine needles on the ground around the base of the tree appear to have been disturbed.
Kind of like a wing was flapping and he was taking off.
Almost. It's like it's as if they were parted from the center.
If they were parted.
Like if you can see my cam, as if someone took their hands, pushed them in like that, and then spread them apart.
If someone were to cast that spell that Django probably doesn't know about the tree travel thing.
Well, you may have seen Keyleth cast it before.
True. I've worked with Keyleth, so I actually might know that.
Make another wisdom check.
So would 18? I recognize it instead?
Yeah, it dawns on you that could totally be from someone casting a transport via plant spell, which gives you an idea that perhaps this person is also a druid.
Which fits with the shapeshifting and everything, so...
Indeed. Because before you didn't know, it could have been some sort of lichen, but...
True. Alright, so...
Warring druids.
So I'm walking up and, examine the tree trunk. It appears that this individual might have been traveling through this tree.
How would he do that?
Magic of the nature domain.
A druid?
Exactly.
Isn't that what was killed, though, a druid?
Yes.
A druid can kill another druid.
I understand that. So is there druid on druid here? That's what I'm saying.
Druid on druid.
Hot druid on druid action.
Whoa. That last one was getting close there. PG-13. Come on, people.
What the fuck is your PG-13? My Twitch stream is rated X.
Druid on druid action. There's a website.
Oh, come on, man.
If you go on Rule 34...
Anyone who goes to my Twitch stream has to say that they agree to whatever fucking content I fucking put on it.
Yeah.
Language.
This is a Christian.
Did you just hear what she said?
Is no one going to address the fact that Cap just said language?
Language.
So good. There might be...
So
you do recall that Uvok, that Jecht had told you that she was a druid of the tribe, which you know from your druidic connections, Shango, because you got the hookup in Druidland.
Yeah.
They usually tend to stick to the plains, the dividing plains between Western and Iman and Craghammer and Kymel. So this kind of area, they're a nomadic people. They stick close to they travel and try to stick close to these rivers.
But she was definitely far from home, right?
Yeah, she was definitely far from home.
What I'm saying is,
I'm gonna start climbing up the tree.
You start climbing up the tree?
Yeah.
Make an athletics check.
Druid's territorial, my lord.
Do I know if Druid's a territorial?
So your little rope thing, as you tries to start using it, it's at that point you realize, oh, that's right. There's usually these like spiky ankle strap things that go with this whole process.
Yep.
And you kind of get up a little bit and then slide down, and then get up a little bit further and slide down. But it's probably just because it's wet out and slippery.
Can I give him a boost?
You want to give him a boost?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a boost.
All right, you can make one more check with advantage there. Athletics check, Father Fike.
Still gonna go terrible.
18.
Oh, wow.
So again, you find success standing on the back of your friends. Literally.
With little help.
Oh god, the DM gets I give out DM inspiration for that one.
As
literal DM inspiration.
So you start scampering up the tree. Shango, your question was
if I know,
I mean, it depends. You know that the Ashari are fairly territorial, though in the last couple decades that has laxed a bit, with Keyleth pushing the Ashari people to open up to the rest of the world and kind of join the global community, as it were. So you know that there is a history of certain druids being territorial or, protective of specific natural lands or areas, whether it's because of the land itself or natural beasts that call that area home, is of varying reasons why they might be that way. Though there's usually never as with all organizations, there's disagreements, but there's usually it's rare to see druids fight each other. Just
You're hippies, man. They shouldn't be fighting.
It's not necessarily that they're but
yeah,
it's
my
My
question would be, would this be someone close to the victim? Maybe it was a planned murder, and the people that sent us over here to find her already know who it is because they were with them.
Are you accusing the Rumseer Eskiel of sending us into a trap at murdering a high-ranked druid of the Rivermore tribe?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying we were getting trapped, because if it was a trap, we would have probably found the druid, not some just manifest zombie.
I highly, highly doubt that the Rumseer would have arranged for the death of another renowned arcane wielder.
So something else is amiss here.
It was a druid, though, so I'm not saying that it was, brought out as a deal. I'm saying that the druid themselves, it was their idea by themselves, not any high group forcing them to do it.
Thou art thinking this was something within the Rivermore tribe.
Maybe.
There is a chance. However, there is a lot of assumption in all of these.
Yes, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to ask of a name of list of druids to get a better searching point than just footprints in the woods.
True. if we are in a position to get such a list.
If we return to the realms
I
here,
thought you had the
perhaps he would
hookup.
know any enemies of the druid.
Bottom line, I believe the trail is cold, and I point at the tree, as I don't think we can follow in his tracks. Looking at the magic wielders in the group, if anyone has.
I'm gonna touch the tracks. Is it cold?
The tracks.
Cold and wet. It's very rainy.
The ground is cold and wet.
You seem to be correct about that trail.
Indeed.
Are any of the squirrels or chipmunks looking at me funny?
They do not appear to be looking at you funny, no. Most of them just run away when you get close.
But you said them. Is there one not running away?
Dang.
No, there is not one.
God damn it! I was gonna wait for a chipmunk with like a lazy eye to be like, just staring me down. I'm like, I found it, foul creature. Oh.
I just give a weird look up in the tree. Okay.
It is not up here. There's only squirrels and chipmunks.
Are they friendly?
Father.
Yes. And I start scooting down.
All right.
Real fast.
Real fast.
What the fuck is it about druids and chipmunks? Oh my god, this story. Sorry.
I have no I have no spikes, so I have no way to stop myself. So I'm literally just using the rope to keep me close to the tree. And I'm just going I'm gonna get so many splinters.
Do you require assistance, Father?
Alright. I'm coming down.
Well, I, for one, feel my curiosity satisfied. So, I suggest we return to the path with the new knowledge in hand.
Alright. You're very intelligent. Can you try to see if we could find a lateral path to the path so we don't walk back the way we came and then kind of cut off some time so we don't have to go back to where we started and then...
Oh, you're trying to say, like...
Cut through to drain?
Cut through to the road instead of following exactly back to... Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, our exact B line that we did, apparently, for 3 hours.
How confident do I feel in finding our own track back that would actually save us time rather than getting us lost in the deep of the woods?
My
guess would be
roll a nature check, I guess. No, survival check, I guess it would be.
Okay. My guess would be rather low because I don't really am familiar with woods more so than like the hills that I grew up in.
You grew up in the mountains.
Yeah, down in the summit peaks. So
exactly.
But you've seen trees. That's good.
You think that you could, get you guys back to. So everybody zoom in on your world here, and so you think, because you guys went in at that little J hook, so you think you could find your way back to that little jut out there, which would be, which actually might make up for some of the hours you lost getting here.
I would advise to backtrack and take a few hours.
But you would also be going through new territory.
Yeah. So I say to the group, I would advise to backtrack.
That is what thou thinkest best, my lord.
Fike.
Mm-hmm.
As you are getting you get to the bottom of the tree trunk, and you're working on
Unknotting the ropes. And all
yeah, the ropes. Sorry, I couldn't, for some reason the word had escaped me. But you're working as you're working on, undoing the ropes and stuff. Your spidey sense goes off. And you get a chill down the back of your spine in an instant. But before you can act, you watch as a ghostly figure emerges from the tree.
Dum, dum, dum.
And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh.
Oh.
Fuck me.
That's a cool background.
Is it too late for me to go back up the tree?
No.
Oops.
Probably too late. Yeah.
Let's
There's so many times I wish I had a rope trick just for moments like this. I'm like, hey guys, see ya! Woo!
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Am I on top of a tree where I am right now?
At the base of another tree.
Base of another tree? Okay. Just making sure I didn't put myself in like a stupid spot.
Alrighty. Wow, guys, the initiative is just not there tonight, I guess.
Stella. Hey, the last fight was not bad. We had like some 18 and 16.
Way better.
I meant on this one, anyway.
Yeah.
But
Well, this one sucked, yes.
That was then, this is now, and it's bad. Now, I do not want to metagame. Am I safe to assume that this is a wisp that came out of a willow?
no. Well, you'll see in a minute. Don't worry.
All right, cool. That's what makes sense.
Just give me a sec.
Spoilers.
Yeah, don't
There is no spoiler.
be that guy.
That's why I said I did not want to metagame. But you did describe a willow tree.
Initiative.
It looks like a ghost.
Hey. Well, no, that was for Nox.
Oh, Nox! Yay!
It's the captain's brother.
The captain's brother.
Speaking of,
Or Fun Trap. It's Fun Trap.
Yeah, we just. God damn it.
He laid us into that trap. He laid us into that trap.
Never forget
Even
Von
in
Trapp.
death, he is the trap guy.
R.I.P. Von Trapp.
you'll never be forgotten.
Dead, but always in our hearts.
And apparently in your face.
In contrast to that other guy. Didn't he also... Bridge guy? Did he have a name?
Bridge guy.
He was a bridge guy, yes.
Yeah, bridge guy didn't have a name.
Bridge guy was just bridge guy.
Bridge guy was the jerk that was taking advantage of Trap
he
guy.
was Jeff Bridges.
Yes.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges and Von Trapp.
All right.
No, Seymour Von Trapp.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah. Seeing more Von Trapp. Oh my god.
Oh, this is such a cool map.
All right.
Pretty sweet background.
Why is the music not playing?
It is.
It is? I can't hear it for some reason.
It says nothing is playing to me.
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
Not anymore. There it goes.
There we go.
Skimmish.
All right. Now I'm where I want to be. So, the ghostly figure comes drifting out of the tree, almost sharing the space with you, and you hear it. For this being this almost ethereal entity, it seems to be inhaling, and then as it's right in front of you, it just starts screaming right in your face.
Mm-hmm.
Well, fuck.
And I need everybody that's within 30 feet of her to make Constitution saving throws.
Pretty much everybody, I guess.
Which I think is all of you.
Oh boy.
This is fine.
Damn, Cortanus!
I like how Noxus is just like off by its own, by his own.
So Noxus doesn't have to make a saving throw. All right. So if you got less than a 13, well, if you got more than a 13, you suffer 9 points of psychic damage. If you got less than a 13, you fall to 0 hit points and are unconscious.
Oh, okay.
Fuck!
As this banshee's mournful wail is let loose, you watch as all of you are like bleeding from the ears, and you turn and look and see that Erdan and Seao were grabbing their head, and they just kind of like faint and fall to the ground unconscious. That ends the surprise round. Noxus, who is out of spell slots because you guys didn't take a short rest, is going to summon his blade, and he is going to move over there and fire a pair of Eldritch Blasts. Fire a pair of Eldritch Blasts. At the Banshee. The 10 misses, the 14 hits for 9 points of damage. That's force damage, right, from an Eldritch Blast?
Yeah.
I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Force damage? Yeah. So she takes 9 points of damage. That ends Noxus's turn. Cortanus.
Okay. Yeah. Well, seeing all that, Blade's back out. Be like, my lord Fike, if thou canst help the others, and she's gonna quickly run around and start, I guess, wailing on the whaler.
So the 16 hits, the 25 hits. Obviously, the natural 1 doesn't hit. But as your blades go out to strike this incorporeal creature, you see that they're passing through the figure, but they're not really having the effect that you'd like them to have.
Glaring this thing down, but as long as, like, she's gonna at least try to menace at market, keep it focused on her.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. Like you're getting its attention, but like it's not doing as much damage as you're used to them doing.
Yeah. Well, that's what she's there for. Keep it occupied.
That
Is
ends your
doing
turn.
something or just passing through?
It's hard to tell.
Okay.
It doesn't really seem to be caring or noticing at this point.
Well, hopefully at least mark it. Don't know if it mechanically is able to be marked, or if it took damage, but...
It took damage, just...
Okay, then it can be marked then.
Yeah, you get the sense that it's resistant to slashing damage that's not magical.
Yeah, I figured. Okay.
So, which is, I'm sure, something you knew you'd be running into at some point
absolutely knew.
in the near future. In the near future.
I have a magic sword hanging out of my back pocket.
Yeah.
Just letting you know, and you're standing right next to me.
That unfortunately requires attunement that you don't know that
yeah,
yet.
no.
So that ends Cortanus' turn. That brings us to the creature.
The creature.
So the Banshee, well, you don't know that it's the ghostly entity, as it's right there, as you swing through it, Cortanus, it just turns at you and gets real close, and its face contorts and changes to the stuff of nightmares. Its face, peels back, tentacles and weird chitinous like crab legs come crawling out of its mouth towards you.
It goes full on librarian from Ghostbusters.
Yes, essentially. So I need everyone that's within. You're all within 60 feet. So I need everyone to make wisdom saving throws. That's conscious.
Wisdom.
Fuck.
Saving throw.
At least the saves are working well.
Oh,
Okay.
Noxus needs to make a wisdom save as well. Oh no. Oh no.
I'm looking for a thing.
Do the thing.
Do I have a thing?
What are you looking for?
I don't know. I think I need another level in Paladin.
The aura of protection?
Something.
Yeah, no, that's like a 7th level paladin.
Fuck.
You do have, those of you who have your inspiration and can do so if you like.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Bye inspiration.
Cortanus, I believe you have inspiration if you want to use it.
I don't think I do.
I didn't give you inspiration earlier? I thought I gave you.
No.
Mother bitch.
Alright, so Father Fike, Noxus, and Cortanus, you are all considered frightened of this entity. Target. You are frightened of the target.
Yeah, it's like 10th level. Or of courage. That's what I was thinking. Nope.
Frightened means that you have disadvantage on attack rolls while the source of your fear was within line of sight. Where is it?
Can't move closer.
Can't willingly move closer. And there's something else. Frightened. The creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear. The frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight. So that is its action. And it is going to use its incorporeal movement.
Sentinel? I don't know.
Actually, you know what? It's happy right where it is. It is going to use its incorporeal movement, though, to disappear inside the tree.
Fuck.
Hold on.
Does it allow for an attack of opportunity?
That does not allow for an attack of opportunity because it just disappeared into a tree, into a solid object.
Slash the tree.
It does take a point of damage though.
Yeah.
For that, because it ends its turn inside the tree. Erdan, you are unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make a death saving throw.
God.
That is a failure. Fike,
Yep.
you are currently frightened.
Yep.
Actually, you know what? It's not going to disappear inside the tree. I changed my mind.
Mother.
Yeah,
right where it's at.
yeah, of course.
Nope, it's going to stay right where it's at. It has the upper hand. It likes how things are going. It's not disappearing inside the tree.
But
Fike,
still
it
takes
is
1
your
damage.
turn.
Oh fuck.
You are
All
currently
right.
frightened.
Yeah.
Of
I know.
entity.
Okay. All right.
If you can put yourself into that headspace.
Yeah. No, I get it. All right. Cool. All right. Cool. This was gonna be much cooler with the big giant thing, Cortanus, but now it's appropriate here. Excuse me, bitch. Smile. Wait for the flash, and I'm going for I'm hitting her with Saren Ray and the Dagger of Venom.
Okay, the Dagger of Venom. Sing. All right, so you're not activating the Dagger of
I'm
Venom.
not activating it. I'm just
Okay.
hitting her with it.
All right, so go ahead and make your attack roll with disadvantage
Oh yeah.
because 13 just barely hits.
All right, and that's getting
A divine smite.
Yeah.
All right, and you get
Nice.
sneak attack,
It's too
Yeah.
and you have sneak attack because Cortanus is engaged with it.
okay.
They haven't chosen a date yet, but
All right.
that.
That.
So 7, 12, 20 points of damage.
Damn.
Nice.
And then
it takes all of it. You watch as it takes all of it.
magic good. All right, Saren Ray. Oh, wait, is that advantage or disadvantage? No, that was with disadvantage. I got a 22.
What's the second attack?
The one was Dagger of Denim, and then one
dual
was
wielding.
Yeah,
Okay, so
One
that
was-
hits.
symbol of the Everlight.
And the symbol of the Everlight, though
There's no sneak on that.
your holy symbol is not considered a magical.
See, this was a question I had to ask you. I forgot though. Father Jacob did give me some kind of blessing. I
That's
don't know what
right.
it was.
He did. You don't know what that was actually.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's damage is going to be halved though.
Okay.
But you don't get the sneak attack because you only get that once per round.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's fine.
so that's another. Okay. All right. That one doesn't feel as satisfying when you hit it. But anyway, that's your action. Your bonus action.
Yep. That's it. That's all I can do.
All right. At the end of your turn, you get another save, but because the entity is within visual, you can see it. You have disadvantage on your save to save out of the fear.
Wisdom.
Wisdom save. Yep. Unfortunately, you are still frightened of this creature.
Cool.
Petrified, as a matter of fact. That ends your turn, Fike. Sao, I need a death save, buddy.
The wound closure.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting about your thing. So you stabilize instantly. But you are
For the
still
win.
unconscious. Roll a d4. Sao. Parapet of wound closure for the win is right.
I've been good so far.
That's the best gold you've ever spent, Sao. You got a D4 for me, though? Oh, 4. So you will
Nice.
be, unless you receive magical healing, you will be for 4 hours.
Say again.
Unless you receive magical healing, you will be unconscious for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Damn. Alright.
Yeah, that's you. That's how it happens when you get. That's the book's rule actually. If when you get stabilized, but it's not from magical healing, like they just stabilize you with a medicine check or a spare the dying, you actually roll a d4 and the creature is unconscious for that many hours.
Does a potion count?
Potion counts as magical healing, yes. Seau,
Still better.
that
than
ends your turn.
Yeah.
Shango, you too are the only person who is not frightened currently
Yes.
of this
keep my
entity.
cool head.
You look around, 2 of your companions fall to the ground unconscious. The rest of your
Yep.
companions
Look
appear to
pretty-
be terrified of this thing.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Keep my calm. I'm gonna step around over here and reach down. With...
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Before you go, it should have been before Seau goes.
Okay.
Boop. Appearing out of this tree behind you.
Oh.
Oh, that tree.
Comes floating up behind you.
Oh, fuck no.
Or Shango. It is, you look over your shoulder and see it. And it just reaches out towards you with its hand.
Okay. Do you make a save?
No, it's making an attack roll.
Oh, gotcha.
But I only rolled a 7.
Yeah, 7 misses.
7 misses. Yeah, so it reaches out and you just kind of like duck your shoulder out of the way.
Yeah, my armor class is bad, but not that bad.
Yeah. That ends your turn, or that ends its turn. Now it's your turn, Shango. Now it would have been Seau's turn. That all happened. Now Shango.
Okay. All right, that changes it slightly. So seeing it behind me, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out back and quicken cast Shocking Grasp.
Okay.
As the electricity like sparks through my hands and onto the thing.
13 does hit.
Sweet. So it takes 10 lightning damage.
Nice.
Unfortunately, it takes half of that because it appears to be resistant to lightning damage. So, but it takes 5 points of damage and loses its reactions.
Yes, which allows me then to...
Which is the more important part.
Yeah.
Step over here, walk away, and I've got to do this at this point. And then I reach down with White Man's Rod and cast Cure Wounds out of the rod.
Ah, that's right. Into
Erdan.
All right. So roll, Erdan, what is your wisdom modifier?
My wisdom modifier is +2.
+2. So roll a d8 +2.
Yeah,
for
so
healing
so
for
it was Father Fike who cast it into it. Are we using
it was Father Fike who cast it in.
Fike.
What's your charisma modifier, Fike?
+3.
So a d8 +3 for Erdan.
Okay, so not physician heal thyself.
Yeah, I forgot who cast it in there.
Yeah, it was Fike who cast it in. And as I'm touching him like on the chest with the staff to cast the Cure Wounds.
Yes, you watch as the gem at the end of the staff flares with green light that exits the staff into Erdan, and he gets a d8 +3.
Should I be rolling that, or
yes, you should.
Okay, I wasn't sure if who.
No worries.
Whoop.
So 8, Erdan, you get 8 points of healing. You come to consciousness. Breathing heavily, you feel like somebody reached inside you and grabbed you by the soul and threw you to the ground. But you come to consciousness with Shango standing over you, pulling the residuum topped cane away from your chest
and saying, "Bravery above all, trust in the Stormlord."
Ooh, take inspiration. Take inspiration.
I'll gladly take that, and I'm gonna actually we're gonna go over there. Over there for the last little bit that I have. And that should be bonus action for the quicken action for that, and yep, that's my turn.
All right. Brings us to the top of the round. Nox, who is frightened. Noxus is going to move over here. because he's frightened. And he's going to pop off a couple more Eldritch Blasts at the new Banshee that appeared. Ooh, there you go. For 21 points of damage. Full damage to the new guy.
Nice.
So he just flips his sword around in his hand, so the pommel. He points it at the Banshee and fires 2 Eldritch Blasts at the Banshee, which pass through its form and crash into a tree through it. But you watch as its form flickers for a minute, as if it was having trouble maintaining its form. But reforms itself and is ready for another round. That ends Nox's turn. He's going to try and save, out of the fear with disadvantage, and unfortunately is unable to shake it. Cortanus.
Okay.
You are frightened to death.
Yeah. This is very difficult. She's at least trying to keep focused on this thing as best as possible, but kind of hearing Shango over the side bring back Erdan. She's gonna say, Erdan, Fike, one of thee, please bring up Seo, and she's trying to swipe at this thing again, at least once.
Alright, so make your attacks with disadvantage.
Fuck, that's 1.
Way misses. As a matter of fact, it slams into the willow tree, and that one gets stuck. And so you swing with the offhand, which hits, but unfortunately, again, is not doing as much damage as you would like for it to do. And then you can't even get your second attack off with the main hand. Because, but you use that to wrench it free. However, you lose that third attack, that offhand attack. But you can try to save with disadvantage out of your fear.
Yeah.
Unless you're moving, because you would do that first.
No.
All right, so you're standing your ground. Side, you're scared shitless. You make your wisdom save with disadvantage. Unfortunately, yeah, you're still scared.
Yeah. Trying to keep her blades up, but like they're shaking.
Yeah. That ends your turn. That brings us to the first Banshee. She is not pleased with you, Fike, after doing all that radiant holy damage to her.
That's fine.
So she is going to reach out with her hand towards you.
Disadvantage.
Right. Disadvantage. She did take 1 hit. So I rolled an 18 and a 2.
The 2 might hit. Nice. The 2 might hit.
The 2 does not hit. Even with its modifier, it's not going to hit. So it reaches out towards you, but you're able to just move your head out of the way as its almost claw-like ghostly hand comes out towards you. God damn it! I really want to get you with one of these corrupting touches. But that
just say it hits. It's all. You're the DM. We don't know.
Nah, don't do that. It is this time, however, going to disappear into the tree. And take that. Oof. That was a lot.
That sounds like an 8.
Not that 1 damage anymore.
But it disappears into the tree. Erdan, you are conscious but prone on the ground.
Gonna stand up using my hammer to lift me off the ground.
Yep. You're sick of these motherfucking undead in your motherfucking...
I actually haven't seen it yet. I saw it for a second, then went unconscious. So
Yes,
now I
but
don't
you-
see it.
Well, you can turn around and look over Seo's unconscious body, and there's another one. So,
I think the tree did it. I'm gonna set the tree on fire.
what's your turn? So you use half your movement to stand.
Yep.
Did say someone please bring up Seo.
And I'm going to shatter on the tree.
Shatter on the tree.
Yep.
Interesting.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
I'm upset with this tree.
I love it.
Fuck you, tree.
Fucking tree. Tree
Screw you, tree.
screamed at me.
We're searching for a druid. Fuck nature. Go there.
Stupid yelling tree.
Get out of here.
Stupid yelling tree. Oh, God. So it rolled a 2 on its saving throw. Apparently, I like rolling 2s today.
Oh, good.
And the tree. No, the banshee rolled a 2 on its saving throw.
The tree.
That
The tree had to make a saving throw too, though. The tree takes double damage though because it's inorganic material. So the tree trunk just gets blasted out, and goes. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. It's like
It's
inorganic material.
It's literally organic material though, because it's a tree.
Well, you know what I mean, like non-human material, whatever.
It's
The tree trunk
organic
blasts
material.
out, and splinters and chunks of wood go flying all over the place. You guys have to cover yourselves. But as the tree falls backwards away from you, luckily, you look to where it should be inside the tree, but the banshee is no longer there.
Oh.
Okay, bye.
You get the sense, Erdan, that you took care of the tree. Cortanus and Fike, you know that the banshee that was inside the tree is probably dead. But Erdan, your suspicions are confirmed that the tree is what yelled at you.
Are we suddenly not frightened anymore?
Got that fucking tree.
Fucking tree.
It's dead?
I'm gonna say no. You are still frightened because it's not necessarily a concentration spell that it had to do. However, you won't have disadvantage on your saves to get out of it anymore because the source of your fear isn't around.
Okay.
But you're not sure. Like, you watched it disappear in the tree exploded, it's not there anymore, but it can move through solid objects, so it could be under the ground. You're not sure 100% that it's gone, we'll say.
But it's also not within line of sight, so we don't have disadvantage on attack rolls?
That as well. Yeah. You don't have disadvantage on attack rolls because it's not within line of sight. But Erdan, that's your action.
Got a bonus action healing word.
You can't because you used your action to shatter.
Oh, good point.
Oh.
Oh, well. That's the end of my turn then.
Alright. Erdan, Fike.
Fike is going to do what Cortana said and dump a whopping 2 hit points into Sayao.
Okay.
Congratulations.
So Sayao, you come to consciousness with 2 hit points for the second time today. This forest really sucks.
I hate this place.
Yeah, this place sucks for Sayao. But you come to consciousness, you have 2 hit points. That is your action.
That's all.
Fike.
My action. I can't attack with an offhand because
that's true.
I didn't use my action to attack. So.
All right, so you can try to save out of your fear. You do not have disadvantage anymore.
Cool. Wisdom save.
13 is exactly what you needed.
Yay!
You are no longer frightened. You re-steel yourself. You're like, undead. I'm a paladin. This is what I do. Like,
Wait
come
a
on
second.
now. And you refocus and get ready for the next round. With that being said, this banshee, it is now its turn, and it's going to float forward, and it's going to try and one last time use that corrupting touch.
Yeah, go ahead.
On you, the holy man.
Go
that
ahead.
is a 14 to hit.
That's a miss.
Woo!
Oh, All right. You know what? I'm going to use my inspiration that you gave me.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
Fuck!
What are you guys crying about?
Natural one.
it corrupts itself and kills itself.
Yeah. It reaches out to grab you, but you're just You're full on like Matrix, like ducking out of the way.
Flailing arms.
Sao, you're up.
Okay, am I too close to use the scorching?
Scorching Ray?
Yeah,
Well, you're currently prone, so do you want to stand up first?
yeah.
So you use half your movement to stand. Now, you can use your Scorching Ray, but because you're in melee, it would be at disadvantage.
Screw it, I'll hit it with the axe and the pickaxe.
All right, so you stand up, shaking off the psychic the crazy psychic damage from the scream, and you make your attacks. First with your magical axe. 14 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. For 7 points of slashing damage. Nice. As it appears to take all of that. Your war pick, however, does not hit. It just passes right through it without hurting it at all. That ends your turn, Sao.
Yeah.
Shango.
Oh, it's back to me already.
Yep.
Sorry, my thingy just went haywire. There you go. All right. Seeing that one disappear, I think I'm just actually where I am going to do a Ray of Frost.
Okay. 24 definitely hits.
For 14 cold.
You watch as the beam hits it and does absolutely nothing. It is immune to cold damage.
Oh.
Well, that makes me super happy. And I'm gonna.
This was a cantrip?
Wander off over here.
So
That's fair.
You're just like shocking grasp. Shit. Ray of Frost. Even worse.
Fuck!
God damn it.
Damn it! Fuck! Don't. Okay.
All right, but you move away. I believe you're not frightened anyway, so
Just
you don't have
primordial
to say
fuck shit.
Yeah. You guys just hear a lot of cursing in different languages. But that ends your turn, Shango, or are you going to...
Yeah, like one cursing that kind of sounds like bubbling from the primordial water.
Yeah.
And the person that sounds like rocks grinding each other. It's like...
I hear all of that.
turn.
I hear everything you say.
Noxus. Noxus is still frightened. But he's going to move up here, and then he's going to throw a couple Eldritch Blasts at miss.
Hit.
Is hit for 9 points of damage. Nice. So another blast of his Eldritch Blast blasts a big hole in it that to refill in with the rest of its miasmic form. It's starting to look fairly rough. And then he's going to save out of his fear, or try to. Success. He shakes the fear off and is going to use the rest of his movement to kind of come forward a little bit more. Cortanus.
All right. So now that this tree is blown away, she can easily get her blade back. So
yes.
Just the moment it shattered, she just pulled her blade away. She's going to spin around, see this other thing, go back around past Sao now that he's up, and just kind of like give a slight. Both of her hands are tied, so she just gives him a slight like elbow to elbow bump. Gets around him and just starts slamming this thing. I shouldn't be rolling at disadvantage. I gotta stop that.
23 hits.
And 2.
11 does not hit. 25 does hit though.
Okay.
Again, the strikes are not,
That's fine.
They don't have
Marking
that
it.
satisfying.
Her goal is to
damage
keep
that you're
its
used
focus
to.
as best she can and make it harder for them to hit anything else.
But yeah, so it does notice you, and it does take the hits, and it looks like it's really struggling to hold its form together. But that ends your turn. Banshee 1 is dead. Dan.
I guess I should probably save out of this.
Seeing that, it didn't
No.
flinch.
Still afraid for some reason.
That tree was scary, man.
It was. It was a scary tree.
This time is really fucking scary.
Seeing that ray of frost that he threw at it didn't make it flinch, I'm going to throw a fireball at it. See if that works.
All right.
It does not work.
10. Unfortunately, it just hits the tree behind it. And you
Man,
leaves
I
a
don't
big
like these
scorch
trees,
mark.
man.
Yeah, it leaves a big scorch mark. You're not really upset about hitting the tree either.
I'm not.
You
I'm
wanted
not
to hit
actually,
your target, but you're okay actually with it.
He's like
hitting
the
tree.
anti-hippie.
Said all of you guys. I don't think this banshee is bad. I know the trees are bad.
These trees are evil, man.
Just for the
These
fact.
trees are just fucking with
I
these
hit that
banshees
tree
and
with
that.
11.
I can't wait
Stockholm
for the Lorax to come
syndrome.
out.
Yeah.
Get fucked, tree.
Is that you want to do anything else, Dan?
No, that's gonna be my turn.
All right. That brings us to Father Fike.
Father Fike. All right.
Father Fike. He's not your daddy's preacher.
My lord.
Lock up your daughters. All right.
Oh my god.
No, that's too close to reality at this point.
Oh,
Whoa, you said it's rated R.
Yeah.
All right.
This is the Christian channel.
Father Fike. All right, here we go.
Dagger Venom.
For 19 hits.
Take the sneaky sneak damage.
For 12 points of damage.
Yeah.
How do you want to do this?
I wish it was with the other one, but it's no fucking good. I just, get in there and wriggle around a little bit, and I just go, shut up!
And it just, and it dissipates, and
I said shut up.
As
You put
it
your finger
fades
on its
away.
mouth,
This is like a slight, scared look, but then
Wipe at the back of the hand. No more crying. No more crying. Fade away.
Oh my lord.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. No more.
So, but as the banshee disappears into nothingness, you look around, realize that the danger has passed.
now is it not scary anymore? Because holy fuck.
And that is where we will end this evening's session.
Okay, sorry. Put away the blades, then.
Real quick before we end, did you want to identify that sword with your identifies in your cane, Shango?
Yeah, well, if Father Fike wants me to.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
I think he was trying to get you to do it earlier, but you weren't picking up on
those.
it.
But
Yeah, well,
I have time.
Yeah, we got distracted, and then by the time I was asking again, I was like, "Oh, we have things to do, so let's go." Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a
Great. Kill one of those if you want to give us the stuff now.
Okay. It is so just expend it from your cane. It is a sword in the style of Cortanus's cutlasses. And it is a
Wait, what? No, wait, it's a katana?
Yes.
You didn't say that. You said it was a scimitar, but
I said it was scimitar-like.
oh, but it's not. But it's actually cut.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's
If you would have told me that.
An ancient weapon of elvish make, and it is a katana. It's a sword of nature's boon. It's a +1 weapon. You have to attune to it, but once per day you can cast one of the enhance ability spells on yourself. Whoever's attuned to it can cast it on themselves. Either the bear's constitution, the bull's strength, the cat's grace, eagle's splendor, owl's wisdom, or fox's cunning.
Damn.
One of those. It can once per long rest cast that on the wearer or on the individual who's attuned to it.
Nice.
Now that that's been identified, I would recommend that I do not keep it any longer, and I give it to Tana.
You should use it. You should take that.
That wishes me to my lord, of course.
I wish this to you like 2 hours ago. And you were like, no, I'm fine.
It's still really weird, though. Yeah, that also, but...
Now you can be Sorrow from One Piece and do 3 swords. One in your mouth and 2.
Yes! Thank you!
That's exactly what I was thinking. You declined it the first time.
I mean, I think I mentioned that the first time we got, like... We were going to do, like, 3... We went to the magic shop. I was just like, because I always keep these. Because they're a pair.
For some reason, this hill has like a...
Now you can do it.
It with cushiony guard. I don't know why.
Start striking people with your mouse sword.
That'd be kind of amazing, honestly. I mean, I have 3 attacks now, might as well.
Exactly.
So you also end up now an off-mouth thing.
Yeah.
I'm totally Zoro. I'll do this shit.
Actually.
It's an ancient tradition.
I mean, you don't have to use it if you want to stick with your other swords, obviously.
Because I put that what was it? Because I have that bond, so if she's gonna use it, it's gonna be part of like a 3.
What? Sorry, I'm confused.
She has that bond about.
Like a character bond, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 And technically did I put it in flaw? No, I didn't. No, just in bond.
I don't need no fancy swords.
Oh,
I mean, you can always keep them close at all times.
Yeah.
I just, if you run into things like banshees that can only be hurt by magical weapons, you might, wanna.
That's fair.
It does require attunement.
Okay.
Weirdly, everybody got to say exact same amount of experience tonight. Everybody got 7.
Yay!
I didn't die, did I?
No.
So, which I think would mean that Sayao
You did
and
not die.
Spike level up. Yes.
Yeah, with 1 to spare.
With 1 to spare.
Voting time.
Voting time. How has Father Fike been behaving? Rogue or Paladin?
Paladin.
Yeah, Paladin.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember.
He's been very paladin-y.
Yeah.
But a dick.
Paladins can be a dick.
Yeah, paladins can totally be dicks.
Yeah.
It can be.
Letting you guys know. All right.
Everybody lived Noxus, and you were helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Still a demon.
You and me slept together just so nobody would kill you.
Honestly, Noxus would have gravitated more towards Father Fike after their little fire time moment.
Yeah.
Their fireside chat.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
You're on the same level for me as trees right now.
Sweet,
So
I'm a tree.
Sayao, you're taking level 5 in fighter, which means you get your second attack.
Yay.
Right? And then Fike, you're taking your 3rd level in paladin, it sounds like.
Yep.
So what archetype, what oath will you be?
Oath of Redemption.
The Oath of Redemption.
So
I'm
fitting.
currently playing Paladin of the Oath of Devotion, actually.
Oh, okay.
Which is pretty cool. The Redemption one, I'm I'm not super familiar with.
I gained Sanctuary and Sleep as a 3rd level spell. No, at
3rd level. Yeah.
At 3rd level. I get a 5 to persuasion checks to instill. I get Rebuke Violence, which you can use your channel divinity to rebuke those who use violence immediately after the attacker within 30 feet of you deals damage with an attack against a creature other than you. You can use your reaction to force the attacker to make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the attacker takes radiant damage equal to the damage that they dealt.
Ooh.
Nice. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's but I can't kill anybody anymore unless they give me a really good reason now. So.
It's gonna be nasty though. The damage that they dealt goes back to them.
No, they still deal the damage, right?
Yeah, but
they just take the same amount.
Yeah.
I've
been saying if I multiclass Cortanis, it would be Oath of the Crown because that fits very well. But she can never multiclass to Paladin because she has like 7 charisma.
Just throw all the ability scores improvements as we get as a fighter in there.
Oh God! Eventually I'll get there.
Yeah, actually,
it might be too many to get that far.
Yeah, I actually had a somewhat similar problem with my fighter. That like literally the only thing I could multiclass in was like rogue or so, I think, because the stats were like so narrowed. Or no, barbarian. I think barbarian also needs strength, right?
Well, you don't need to be a strong or a Dexy rogue.
Well,
it just helps.
Yeah, no, but if you go by that, you need to have at least a score of 13 in order to allow you.
Yeah, for multiclassing at least.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, for multiclassing. So
I have a strength and a constitution that would allow me to multiclass. That's about it. Nothing else.
Oh man, I need like 3 ASIs for. Oh God.
You got
to multiclass into
Paladin.
You get like 7 as a fighter, right? So
pretty much. You get so many as a fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a lot as rogue too. A lot of fun.
This is 1 less than fighter, I think. Yeah, but fighters you get one at 4th level, 6th level, 10th level, or no, 4th level, 6th level, 8th level, 12th level.
7.
Definitely one at 14th and 16th.
14 and 16, and I think there's one more in there.
I think 19.
I think at 19, 18. Yeah, you get another one for fighter.
Crazy.
She'd need to be level 19 before she gets the really good thing from Oath of the Crown, though.
You guys all done for the night?
Yeah, we just finished.
Yep.
Sorry, buddy.
I just walked in.
That's alright. Well, you
literally walked into like burning, blazing, crumpled trees.
Yeah. So
not my fault.
For a fighter, you get it at 4th level.
Do you have a box of pizza?
Level, 8th level, 4th level, 6th level, 8th level, 12th level, 14th level, 16th level, and 19th level.
Hey!
A D10. Okay, D10
plus
my con of +3.
So 8.
Nice.
And then rogues get them 4th, 8th, 10th, 12th, 16, and 19. So they just don't. They get
Later
1
on.
less.
No, it's 2 less.
Oh,
Fighter
okay.
gets one at 16th and 14th.
Yeah, that's right. 2 less.
now
They
I
also
need to
don't
have-
get the one at 6th level.
Now I need to have patience with motherfuckers. Oh, this is gonna be hard.
Hey, it's just because you take an oath doesn't mean it's easy to struggling to.
That's why I took. That's why I made this character specifically
Yeah.
because I'm tough.
Struggling to live by your oath is.
You should have been more roguish the last couple days.
Oathbreaker.
Yeah,
And suddenly-
I just go insane.
Right away.
Like the day that we come across like the burning orphanage, I'm just like,
Ah!
Now I have to start raising dead.
You get one of those you get one of those like images, like portrait images, where it's like split down. One side is just like a really like
Two-Face.
peaceful, holy, and then the other side is just like scary grin.
It's like Two-Face.
It's like, yeah.
All right, guys. Good sesh.
Ooh.
Next session, you guys will, will make your way back out of the forest to the road, and I imagine continue on to Drenner, or maybe back to Whitestone to turn this in, or I don't know, but
Depends.
We're gonna have to go somewhere. I'm down there in spell slots and in health.
well, yeah, that's right. You guys are pretty beat up at the moment. You are out of spell slots currently, Noxus.
Okay.
You've used all your spells today, and you haven't had a short rest yet today. So.
Yeah.
All right. It's about midday now,
did
right?
you include me in that 7, or am I still at 0?
No, you were not here, so you got nothing this session.
Well, yeah, you said you all get it, so I just wanted to double check.
Oh, everyone that played. Sorry.
No worries.
All right. Good night, everyone. I hope you had fun.
Yep. Thanks.
Yeah.
Later.
Good night.
And getting